The last shift at Miller County gas station asterisk. I swear, I never believed in ghosts. Not in demons, not in cursed towns, not in anything supernatural. I grew up in Ohio, in a pretty normal neighborhood. My parents were teachers, my sisters, a nurse, and the scariest thing in our family was my dad's blood pressure. So when I took the night shift job at a lonely 24/7 gas station on Highway 71 outside Miller County, I didn't think twice. It was money. It was quiet. Asterisk and I liked being alone. But everything changed on that night. The night I'm writing about. Asterisk good night. I should have died. Asterisk I'm only writing this because I don't want anyone else taking the night shift there. Asterisk if you see a listing for Miller County Gas and Go, even if it says double, pay don't apply. Asterisk burn your phone if you have to. Asterisk just don't go near that place. Asterisk because what happened there wasn't normal. It wasn't human, and it started the moment I stepped inside. 1. The man at the edge of the lot. Asterisk it was 10:57 p.m. when my shift began. Asterisk. The air smelled like rain that wasn't falling yet, and the wind kept pushing. Dry leaves across the concrete like something was chasing them. The lot lights flickered, nothing unusual. They always did, but tonight they seemed weaker, almost dimmer than I remembered. Asterisk I walked inside, clocked in, and tossed my backpack behind the counter. Asterisk my manager, an older guy named Frank, was already grabbing his jacket. Asterisk you're early, he muttered. Good. I want to get the hell out before midnight. He always made that joke leave before midnight, except it never sounded like a joke. Asterisk you alright, Frank? I asked. Asterisk, he stared at me, brows raised slightly, like he wanted to say something but couldn't. Then he swallowed and forced a smile. Yeah, same ol'. He paused. If anything weird happens, just ignore it. Cameras glitch. Locals mess around. Coyotes scream. You'll be fine. I frowned. Okay? Asterisk before I could ask anything else, he hurried outside, got into his old Ford, and sped off faster than usual. I didn't think much of it. Asterisk, not until I looked up and saw the man standing at the far edge of the parking lot, tall, skinny, facing the gas station, not moving. Asterisk, not even a sway. Asterisk, just standing perfectly still beneath the broken light, as if he had been there the whole time, even though he wasn't there 10 seconds earlier. Asterisk, my stomach tightened. I wasn't sure why. Asterisk probably homeless, I told myself, unlocking the register. Asterisk, but every few seconds, I'd glance up, and every time he was still there, watching. Asterisk too. The first knock. Asterisk by 11:20 p.m. The man still hadn't moved. Asterisk, I tried to focus on small tasks, restocking gum, checking expiration dates, wiping counters, but my eyes kept drifting toward the glass doors. Asterisk, he was still staring. At me? The same posture? The same distance? Like a statue someone forgot to build a face for. Asterisk, I finally muttered. Screw this, and stepped toward the door, ready to shout something. But the moment I reached the glass, he turned around. Not slowly, not casually. Asterisk, he turned in one fast, jerked motion, like someone twisting an action figure. Then he walked into the darkness and vanished. No sound, no shadow, nothing. Asterisk, great, I whispered. Perfect start to the shift. I locked the doors even though we were technically 24/7s. 20 minutes later, I heard it knock, soft, direct, from the side window. Asterisk, I froze. Asterisk, another knock. Same rhythm. I turned slowly. Asterisk. The window was covered in condensation from the outside. Just fog and faint reflections of the store lights. Asterisk. Until a handprint appeared in the middle. Asterisk. Long fingers. Thin palm. Pressed firmly against the glass. My heartbeat kicked into my throat. "Can I help you?" I called out. No reply. Just the handprint. Motionless. Then it slid down, slowly. Like whoever it belonged to was sinking out of sight. I grabbed the store phone, ready to call Frank, but the line was dead. Just static. 3. The security feed asterisk. I backed toward the counter and opened the monitor panel. The gas station had 4 main cameras. Pump area, inside counter, rear dumpster, north lot. I clicked through them. Pump area. Empty. Asterisk, counter cam. Obviously just me standing there. Pale as hell. Dumpster feed. A raccoon digging around. North lot. My breath caught. The man was back. Standing under the broken light. But this time asterisk. He was closer. And facing the camera. Not the station, not the pumps. He was looking directly into the camera as if he knew I was watching. I leaned closer. His face was wrong. Not blurred by low-quality wrong, like someone had stretched skin too tightly over the skull. Asterisk's eyes were wide, but the whites were too large, swallowing the iris. Asterisk's mouth. Neutral, but slightly too long. Asterisk, I blinked hard, thinking maybe I was imagining it. When I looked again, he was closer. Asterisk, right up against the camera. Asterisk. His face filled the entire screen. Asterisk, eyes wide, mouth partly open, as if frozen mid-breath. Asterisk, I jumped back. Asterisk, what the hell? When I looked again, he was gone. Completely. The lot was empty. Asterisk, I checked the doors, they were still locked. Asterisk, then I checked every aisle, every corner, the bathroom, the back closet. Nothing. No one. Just me. And the buzzing of lights overhead. 4. The phone call at midnight. Asterisk, at exactly 12:01 a.m., the store phone rang. My hands shook as I picked it up. Hello? Asterisk, nothing. Just faint static. Asterisk, who is this? A voice finally whispered. Don't look outside. I froze. The line clicked dead. Asterisk, I stood there, phone still pressed to my ear, breathing hard. Then my cell phone vibrated in my pocket. Asterisk, unknown. Number, I answered. Same whispering voice. Asterisk, he sees you when you look back. I slammed my phone onto the counter. I was done. I didn't care about money. I didn't care about this job. Asterisk, I grabbed my backpack and headed toward the back exit. The moment I pushed the door open, something moved behind the dumpsters. Something tall, thin. Wrong, it stepped into the faint moonlight. It wasn't the same figure from before. This one was taller. Limbs longer. Asterisk, neck stretched unnaturally. Like it had too many vertebrae. It didn't walk toward me. It jerked closer, like frames of a video glitching forward. Asterisk. One moment it was near the dumpster, then suddenly by the back fence, then suddenly halfway across the lot. My breath stopped. I stumbled backwards inside and slammed the door shut. Locking every bolt. The thing stopped moving the moment the door closed. Through the small window, I saw it turn its head sideways, listening. Asterisk, then it slowly bent backward, bending in a way no human spine couldn't crawled out of view. My stomach twisted. What the hell was out there? Find the man on the floor, I rushed back into the store. Heart banging against my ribs. I checked the monitors again. North lot, north lot, dot, 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 dot. Empty. Dumpsters. Empty. Pumps. Empty dot, but then the counter camera flickered. Static lines. Distorted shapes. Then a figure appeared in the aisle behind me. Not on the real floor, only on the camera. A man lying on his back, arms spread, eyes open, mouth open, like he'd fallen and died right there. My legs went cold. I spun around. Nobody was there, only the camera. Showed him, and then he twitched, only on the screen, not in real. Lifed out his head in the feed, slowly turned toward the camera. His mouth opened wider, and wider, and wider. Beyond anything a human jaw could do. I backed away. No, I'm done. But the cameraman wasn't done. He sat up in the video, limbs stiff, movements jerky, like a puppet being raised by invisible strings. And then he stood, head nearly scraping the top of the camera's field of view, even though there was nothing physically behind me. Get out, I whispered to myself. Just run, break a window if you need to. But before I could move the lights went out, not flickered, not dimmed. They went completely, suffocatingly black. I heard shelves creaking, something brushing against chip bags. Footsteps slow, uneven footsteps, somewhere inside the store. I couldn't breathe. I pressed my back to the counter, eyes wide, staring into darkness so thick it felt like it had weight. Then a sound came from the aisle to my left, a wet, strained whisper. I see you. My chest tightened painfully. I didn't move. I didn't even blink. The whisper came again, closer. I'm right here. I grabbed the flashlight under the register, clicked it on, and swung it toward the sound. Nothing. Just an empty aisle. But somewhere deeper in the dark store, something was breathing, heavy, wet, uneven. 6. The thing in the light. The power came back suddenly. The lights buzzed. Shelves glowed bright again. But I almost wished they hadn't. Because standing at the opposite end of the store was something, not the skinny man, not the long-limbed thing. Something else. It was standing perfectly still, half hidden behind a snack shelf. But what I could see: pale skin, long fingers, black eyes, huge and reflective like polished stones, a jaw that hung slightly open, like it forgot how to close its mouth, and it wasn't breathing at all, just standing and staring at me. I whispered, barely audible, "Please go." Its head tilted abruptly, unnaturally, like a hinge snapping. Then its eyes shifted, focusing directly on mine. A cold rush shot down my spine. I stepped backward, slowly toward the employee room. The thing stepped forward. One long, dragging step, Then another dot, its toenails scraped the linoleum. I ran out, didn't think, didn't look back, just sprinted into the employee room and slammed the door. I locked it, shoved a crate against it, then another, then grabbed a broom and wedged it under the handle. My hands wouldn't stop shaking. Something thudded against the door. Outside soft at first, then harder, then louder, then the knocking stopped. Silence, complete. Silence. After nearly 2 minutes of holding my breath, I leaned closer to the door. That's when I heard it. Something breathing on the ceiling above me. I slowly looked up. The ceiling tiles bulged, like something was crawling on top of them. Dust fell. Screws rattled. The entire panel bent downward. I dove out of the way just as the ceiling near the corner cracked. I didn't wait to see what came through. I bolted out the side emergency door, into the cold night, into the dark, not caring about alarms, not caring about my job, just running. 7 the highway. The highway was empty. No cars, no lights, just miles of dark, asphalt stretching into nowhere. I ran until my legs felt like rubber, until the gas station was a distant shape behind me. Then I heard it. Footsteps, fast, light, but wrong, like bone-tapping pavement. I didn't dare turn around. My lungs burned as I ran harder, but the footsteps sped up too. Closer, closer, closer. Double quotes. Please, I whispered, panting. Leave me alone. A car appeared in the distance, headlights bouncing on the road. I stumbled into the middle of the highway, waving both arms. The car screeched to a stop, horn blaring. A woman rolled down her window. Jesus Christ, are you out of your mind? I could barely speak. Help, please. Someone's following me. I turned around. The road behind me was empty. No figure, no footsteps, nothing. The woman frowned. You need a hospital? No, just drive, please. She hesitated, but unlocked the passenger door. I climbed in, trembling, still staring out the rear window. Nothing, but I felt eyes on me. Somewhere, watching. The woman started driving. When we passed the gas station, she glanced at it. That place, she murmured. My brother used to work there. He quit after 1 month. I swallowed. Did he say why? She looked uneasy. No, but he wasn't the same after that. Wouldn't talk, wouldn't sleep. At night, Kip sang something, watched him. I felt my entire body go cold. I didn't sleep that night. Didn't sleep the next. Every time I closed my eyes, I saw those black stone eyes staring back. Ate the final warning 2 days later. My manager, Frank, called. His voice was shaky. You? Left your wallet at the station, he said. If you want it back, come tonight. After midnight? No, I snapped. I quit. You don't understand, he whispered. The place meant us people. If you don't come back, the line died. Just like the night it all began. I didn't go. The gas station burned down 3 days later. Cause of fire. Unknown. Fire started inside, even though the alarms and sprinklers never activated. No bodies found. But the investigators reported something strange. All cameras were destroyed by something inside the screens, as if something pushed outward. They closed the case. I moved states, changed my number. But last night at 2:17 a.m., my phone rang from a blocked number. When I answered, a familiar whisper crawled through the speaker. You forgot your wallet. The call ended, but I can feel it. Something is already here, watching me, breathing behind the walls, waiting for the lights to go out. I don't know how long I have. So if you read this, if you ever pass Miller County on Highway 71, if you ever see a gas station there, keep driving. Don't stop. Don't look. Don't turn around. Because once it sees you, it doesn't forget. It doesn't stop. It doesn't let go. And darkness we sketches up. Part 2, the thing that followed me. I thought running would save me. I thought leaving Miller County, changing my number, crossing to state lines, and sleeping with the lights on like a terrified child would be enough. Asterisk, but terror doesn't stay in one place. It follows breath. It follows fear. Asterisk. It follows memory. It follows you. And 3 nights after that phone call, the one where the whisper said you forgot your wallet, I learned something. I didn't escape the gas station. Something from that night escaped with me. 1. The scratches on the wall. Asterisk. I moved into a cheap studio apartment in Michigan. 1 room, tiny kitchen, 1 window facing an alley. Nothing special. But I liked it because it felt isolated, safe, quiet. The first morning after moving in, I noticed long scratches on the drywall behind my bed. 3 deep grooves. Straight down, like something clawed at it slowly. I stared at them for a good minute. Asterisk. They weren't there the night before. I would have seen them. I know. I would have. I touched them. The drywall dust was fresh. Asterisk. I tried to convince myself it was from the previous tenant. Maybe they moved furniture, roughly. But each scratch was thin, precise, deep. Like fingernails dragged with intention. I pushed my dresser in front of it so I didn't have to look. That night, I slept with the lamp on. Asterisk. Around 3 a.m., half asleep, I heard a sound. Scrare, 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 the unmistakable sound of something scratching behind the dresser. Slow, steady, patient. I froze in my bed, heart thudding. I didn't move, didn't breathe. The scratching stopped for a moment. Asterisk. Then I heard something far worse. Asterisk. Dap, 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 dap. Tap. Dot from the ceiling. Dot like a fingertip, moving across the plaster. Slowly, purposefully. It traveled above my bed, paused directly over me. Asterisk. And then, tap, tap, tap. Like it knew exactly where I was. I didn't sleep the rest of that night. Asterisk. 2. The woman downstairs. Asterisk. The next morning I went downstairs to talk to my neighbor. A middle-aged woman with tired eyes, smoking a cigarette on the porch. Asterisk. You're new, she said. Asterisk. Yeah, moved in 2 days ago. Weird question, but do you hear noises? At night? Her expression changed. She exhaled smoke slowly. Too slowly. What kind of noises? Asterisk. Scratching, I said. Tapping. From the walls or ceiling. She took a long drag, then flicked the ash. You should move, she said flatly. My stomach tightened. Why? She didn't answer directly. Instead she said, Asterisk. People hear things before they see them. If you're already hearing it, then... She shook her head. You don't have much time. A chill crawled up my spine. What does that mean? She looked away, eyes fixed on nothing. My son. He used to live in your unit, she said softly. Asterisk, he didn't last long either. Asterisk, before I could ask more, she stood up and shut her door. I felt nauseous. Something was horribly wrong with that apartment, and with me. Asterisk 3. The man in the parking lot asterisk that evening. I went to get groceries. My nerves were shot, so I walked, needed the air. Asterisk, when I returned, the alley behind my building was darker than usual. One streetlight flickered, barely alive. Asterisk, as I approached the staircase, I saw someone standing under that dying light. Asterisk A. Man, tall, thin, still, facing me, not moving, just like the one from the gas station. My breath hitched. The silhouette was the same. The posture, the stillness. Asterisk, no. No, I whispered. I blinked and he was suddenly closer. Maybe 20 feet away now. I stepped back. He didn't walk. Didn't run. He just shifted. Like a cut in a film. One frame. Empty. The next frame full of him. I dropped the grocery bag. Stay away. I screamed. My voice echoed down the empty alley. The man didn't respond. Didn't move. Didn't breathe. Asterisk, my legs finally unfroze. I ran up the stairs. Slammed my door shut. Locked both bolts. And leaned against it. Chest heaving. Asterisk, but I didn't hear footsteps outside. No running. No chasing. Nothing. Just silence. Asterisk, which somehow felt worse. For the corrupted video asterisk, I decided to record everything. Just to prove I wasn't losing my mind. Asterisk, I set up my phone on a chair facing the wall where the scratches were. Hit record, and left it running while I tried to nap on the couch. Asterisk, around 2:15 a.m. A loud thump jolted me awake. The phone had fallen. I picked it up, confused, and replayed the footage. Asterisk at first. Everything looked normal. Blank wall. Soft room noise. Asterisk then at the 12-minute mark. The video glitched, static. Distortioned. Asterisk, a faint outline of something moving. Then on the screen asterisk, a long, pale hand slowly slid out from the gap between the dresser and the wall. Fingers first, then wrist. Asterisk. Then half the forearm wrongly thin. Bones too defined. The fingers tapped the dresser. Slow, deliberate. Then the hand retreated into the darkness behind the furniture. Asterisk. The video ended with the phone falling to the floor. I didn't scream. I couldn't. Asterisk, my whole body felt frozen. Like shock had turned my blood into ice. Something was inside the walls. Inside the apartment. Asterisk, inside my life. Now. 5. The realization asterisk, I spent the next day researching. Gas station hauntings. Urban legends. Asterisk highway. 71 disappearances. Anything but nothing. Matched. No ghosts behaved like this. No folklore creature followed people across states. Asterisk. Nothing crawled through walls and ceilings. Except there was one post on an obscure paranormal forum. A thread from 2012. Asterisk, the thing from Miller County Gas and Go. My chest tightened as I clicked it. The poster described a man standing at the edge of the lot. Phones ringing with whispers, something crawling inside walls, scratching behind furniture. Asterisk. Something following them home. My hands trembled. The final comment from the original poster read, "It doesn't haunt the gas station. It haunts the people who see it. Followed by, it's not a ghost. It's a mimic. It learns your fear, and then it becomes it. The account was deleted 2 days later. The thread locked. No updates. No survivors. I slammed my laptop shut. My apartment suddenly felt colder. The air thicker. There was no escape, because it wasn't tied to a place. It was tied to me. 6. The final night last night. Was the end? Or maybe the beginning of the end. I woke up at 3:03 a.m. to a sound that didn't belong in any human home. Breathing, but not normal breathing. Like something was trying to imitate a human breath and failing. A wet, rattling inhale, a long, trembling exhale. It came from the far corner of the room. I sat up slowly. The breathing stopped. I turned on the lamp. The moment the light flicked on, something was standing in the corner, facing the wall. Human-shaped, but wrong. Its limbs were too long, spine too curved, skin too pale. Its head twitched. Like it didn't know how to hold still anymore. My throat felt like it was closing. "Please," I whispered. "Leave me alone." The figure turned slowly. Not its body, just its head, rotating too far, too fast. Until its face was looking directly at me, except it had no face. Just stretched, smooth skin where its features should be. It took one step toward me, then another. I backed against the wall, shaking violently. The thing stopped 2 feet away. Its head twitched again, and the skin on its face began to bulge. Move, shift, like something was pushing from underneath. Then slowly, a face formed beneath the skin. A familiar face. My face. My mouth. My eyes. My expression. It was copying me. Becoming me. I choked on a sob. Stop. Its copped mouth twitched, stretched, and then spoke in my exact voice. "You forgot your wallet." That was the last thing I remember before everything went black. 7. The ending you won't like. I woke up this morning. In my bed, lamp still on. Door still locked. Room empty. No sign of the thing. No scratches. No breathing. No figure in the corner. You might think that means it. Gone. But I know better. I checked my phone. There was a new video recorded at 3:33 a.m. I didn't record it. The video showed me sleeping in bed. But the angle wasn't from the table, or the shelf, or the floor. It was recorded from right above my head, as if something had been standing over me, watching me, breathing at the end of the recording. The camera lifted higher toward the ceiling and for a split second, I saw a face. My face, staring down at me from the dark. Smiling. The video ends there. I'm typing this from a bus station. I'm leaving the apartment, leaving the state, maybe leaving the country. But deep down, I know it doesn't matter. Because once it copies you, once it learns you, once it becomes you, it never stops. It doesn't chase. It waits. It replaces. And when people finally find your body cold, drained, lifeless they'll think nothing happened, because the thing wearing your face will still be walking around, breathing, talking, living, and they'll never know the difference. If you're reading this. If you ever feel watched at night. Asterisk if you ever hear scratching in the walls. Asterisk if you ever see something in the corner that looks almost like a person. Don't look at it. Don't acknowledge it. Don't let it learn you. Because once it sees you, you'll never be alone again. Not ever. And one night, when the lights go out, something with your face will step out of the darkness. Asterisk, and it will smile.